Alright, so category 1 is bracelets, necklaces, tattoos. I can't do this. There's some stuff that needs to be presented. I can't present it here. I don't know where else I'll present it. Sequel tattoos are one of the better ones because that's like a literal living, breathing ramification of a fingernail mark that you woke up with. There are others besides that. Tattoos can be psychosomatic bruises. Choker necklaces may be a support system for your neck if you got choked. It may feel good to have that around your neck. It may make you feel supported. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's like having something putting pressure against your groin. There are people that hover over things and put pressure on their groin if they've been exposed to sexuality. So whether it's something on your wrist because your wrist was grabbed and pulled behind your back, whatever it was that was happening to you sexually, even though it seems like it would scare you out of wanting to be touched there, and in some cases it does, you mark the bruises and you want something that provides support there or protection there. So if I put a bracelet over that area, even though it may seem like there's contact there, for all intents and purposes, I've protected that area from getting touched again. So I got a couple of different issues that I need to go over, and I'll just keep it simple, and I don't expect you to necessarily understand these things or agree with these things. This is what the computer shows that we can't talk about. Pigeon toe, choker necklaces, big bracelets, a lot of bracelets, tattoos. No, dude, I'm so screwed for this. Well, the justice system wasn't doing the job, and the medical can't do it, and there's a lot more abuse happening to kids than what they say. I can't talk about it because I'm going to be in trouble, and I'm losing my whole stupid life trying to figure out what the words to say would be. This is so scary. All right, I'm really sorry. I don't, because you're not going to accept this. You're going to be like, because I have a choker necklace? Just ask your dad whether he can polygraph. Ask your uncle, ask your grandpa, and then stay away from them. And I'm not saying that it was them, and we can't use the polygraph to hold them accountable if they did. And there may have been something that was given to the whole population one year in the form of a drug that was designed to make people want to have more babies, that created hypersexuality and tandem with bad TV, late nights, and opiates, sleeping pills. But whatever it is, it wreaked havoc on our society, and there were a lot of you that got hurt. So pigeon toe, duck toe, those are all signs of something. Oh, man. I don't want to leave you hanging if I get dead in the process of trying to share information against an administration of billionaires that say it's okay not to have a justice system that are actively taking over our society. The billionaires are buying into our government to be able to undercut our justice system, undercut our polygraph, go after witnesses and whistleblowers. We're looking at a pedophilic world if the United States can't stabilize its government. And then all I can do is try and get dead on the position and hope that the government shows up to the fight. But there's so many people that did it. So the deal on the table for me was, if you stop doing it and we'll get rid of the opiates and sleeping pills, you can have the rest of your life. And we won't criminally hold you liable if you just aren't around kids anymore. What is that? It happened enough that it was more like a sickness than we can criminalize. I just want to get your kids safe. I want to get your kid to a boarding school, and I want to stabilize and make your kid's life safer. We have the digital means now to separate you from being able to ever have access to kids again. And it wasn't like they were looking for kids, they just fell into it. And then I don't want to be the one that's making the deal, and I don't necessarily have the authority under the premise that the billionaires just like literally bought out our whole military, space weapons, Neuralink, brain control, and they're like actively invested in our government, and our justice system can't hold a candle to that. They can interfere with every cell phone communication. They could literally prevent every justice officer from coming into work tomorrow. And then in a few months, they're going to literally own the government of the United States and be able to target anybody that would try and share this information with you. So I have a month to try and figure out how to make sure that enough of you see the thing that you may not acknowledge. You know how trippy that is. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of America and the rest of the world, potentially because we don't have secure networks, but probably not based on the idea that I'm not on a network. I'm on a cellular device that is owned by BlackRock and Vanguard Groups, Microsoft Corporation, and then AT&T, which can prevent even the government from maybe being able to see. The government has backdoors into the cell phone companies because technically they're not legally allowed to spy on us, but the cell phone companies can. So I have some information that you needed to see, and now, you're right. Now the sex stuff looks secondary to the bigger problem, which is the destabilization of the world based on the idea that the pedophiles were afraid they'd get in trouble, so then they just actively weaponized and targeted our government, which they always had control over. But not total control, that now they have total control. No, hell no, you're not going to start holding us accountable for that. That was the only thing that kept us from taking over. And now we have pedophiles in control and totalitarian control over the weapons platform of the government of the United States. And the other countries are scratching their heads like, what just happened? And I'm like, I wandered into Congress and told Congress that they were hurting kids, and then Congress got purchased. And I'm sorry. There's no way. Yeah, there is. And let's give special thanks to Pennsylvania for just taking handfuls of cash. Like, this feels right. No, Pennsylvania deserves this. For the years of being Amish and going to church every Sunday, sure, $1 million into the crowd to do whatever they want done, absolutely. More free stuff, please. More free stuff, please, and some more sleeping pills so I can keep touching my kid. There's a ton of you that did it. Stop touching your kid. Tell them that you did it and step away. I don't want them to know what okay, then we don't need to know. We just need you away from them forever. If you can't polygraph to not being interested in them. We don't know if it was the grandpa, the uncle, or the dad. All right? Or the babysitter, or the big brother, or whatever. But if you've done that, or you have an affinity for it, you can't have kids, okay? You can't be a Doug or wandering into another family. If you've touched somebody, that's not okay for you to be in the custody of children. To have custody over children. There's a lot of it going on the weekends. Dads date their daughters. This is not the society that we're going to have. And yet the billionaires just purchased it, so it looks like it might be. Okay. All right. Then I would run to the United States if I had this information and I was in another country. Now, I'd go tell the justice system. I'd go to the FBI. I'd go to Congress, and I'd be like, Congress, FBI, we have a rape problem. But this is America, so I don't know where to go. Just go to The Hague. The Hague is fully undercut. The international law enforcement agencies, the United Nations, they are all under the command of the United States. So I messed up. I ruined our world and our planet, and I'm really sorry. I put my self-serving needs above the needs of humanity, and I undercut the world, maybe. I let pedophiles take over America. And I'm sorry. Is that true? It is. There are a lot of you that walk funny and stand funny and dress provocatively and hover and press yourselves up against things. I see kids sometimes standing and pressing their groins up against the headlights of the car one time, the edges of tables. If you got sat on a table and pressed on a table and hurt, that could have done it. So your body posture can tell the computer whether or not you've been hurt. And now I'm at risk for having tried to talk about this.